Level 1. The Kid with the Notebook. You are 16 years old. You live in a simple neighborhood, a medium-sized city in the countryside of Sao Paulo. Paved street, low walls, a 2-bedroom house your father built little by little. You share a room with your younger brother. Your mother is a supermarket cashier. Your father is a mechanic. The house income is around 4,000 reais between the two of them. Nobody is starving, but nothing is left over. You have a used notebook your uncle gave you when his job replaced his computer. A dead pixel in the corner of the screen, a battery that lasts 40 minutes, a charger held together with electrical tape, but it works. You have Wi-Fi, the cheapest plan from the company. And when it goes down, you walk to the neighborhood LAN house and pay 3 reais an hour. You play every day, for hours. Your father complains, your mother complains, your teachers complain. But inside that machine, you discover something. You are good with computers, not good at games. Good at understanding how the machine thinks. You open settings. You touch things you should not touch. You break it. You fix it. You break it again. And you learn. One day, you find a forum, a place where people talk about networks, systems, access, passwords, security, everything the school never explained. You do not understand half of it, but you keep reading. And for the first time, you feel something dangerous. Not money, not fame, control, small, quiet, invisible, but real. That was the first door, and once you opened it, you never really closed it again. Level 2. The Curious One. You do not stop. Curiosity becomes stronger than common sense. You discover underground communities, anonymous people, hidden names, private groups, strange vocabulary, people talking about security failures, manipulation, stolen information, social engineering. Then you hear about the dark web. You install the tools. You enter for the first time. The internet you knew was only the surface. Under it, there was an ocean. 3 forums are in English. You do not speak English, so you learn, not in school, not from your teacher, from the forums. Every technical word you do not understand, you search. Every sentence you cannot translate, you try again. Every tutorial you cannot follow, you read until your eyes burn. In 6 months, you understand technical English better than the English teacher at school. The internet taught you. Then you learn the most dangerous thing. People are easier to hack than machines. You learn how to trick trust, how to sound official, how to make someone click, how to make fear sound like urgency. The first money comes quietly. A fake page, a fake message, a stolen list, a handful of people who believed they were talking to the bank. They were not. They were talking to a 16-year-old kid in a small room with a broken notebook. You sell the information, 500 reais. It is the first real money you ever make, more than your mother earns in a week. One night, one room, one notebook, 500 reais made from people who will never know the person behind it was just a boy from the countryside of Sao Paulo. And the worst part is not the money. The worst part is how easy it felt. Level 3. The Carter. You did not invent it. You learned it. The underground works like a university. There are teachers, there are students, there are levels, and you are a dedicated student. You learn how stolen payment data moves through hidden markets, names, numbers, addresses, accounts, lives reduced to lines on a screen. You start buying information in bulk. You start using people who receive packages for a small cut. Electronics, clothes, phones, notebooks. Things that cost you nothing. Things you sell for thousands. At 17, you are making more money than the adults around you. You still live in the same house, same shared bedroom, same public school, same street. But now, you have new sneakers, a new phone. You pay snacks for your friends. When they ask where the money comes from, you say the perfect lie. Freelance programming, websites for companies. Nobody doubts it. A kid who understands computers making money with computers. It makes sense. The lie is perfect because it is almost true. Level 4. The Pix Scammer. Then Brazil creates Pix. Instant transfers. Free. 24 hours a day. A revolution for the country. And for you too. But your revolution happens on the wrong side. You realize speed changes everything. Money no longer waits. Money moves instantly. So fraud moves instantly too. You start with calls, a calm voice, a professional tone, a script. You pretend to be the bank. You do not need to be a genius. You just need to sound believable. Fear does the rest. Then you scale. You recruit boys from the neighborhood, from the LAN house, from school, 10 people, cheap phones, printed scripts, lists of targets. A garage becomes a call center, 8 hours a day, voices pretending to protect people while stealing from them. You do not call anymore. You coordinate, you write the script, you build the fake environment, you organize the operation. At 18, you are running an illegal call center that makes more money than many real businesses. And you still look like a normal kid. That is what makes it work. Level 5, the intruder. Pix is fast money, but it is small money, retail money. You want wholesale, a bigger target, a company, a database, a system nobody thought a kid like you could reach. You watch the company for weeks, not like a thief outside a house, like a ghost outside a server. You study habits, weak points, old software, forgotten doors, and one night, you get in. The database opens like a drawer without a lock. Names, documents, addresses, emails, passwords, customers, families, millions of people in one file. You copy everything. To you, it is data. To them, it is their life. On the dark market, it becomes a product. The buyer appears fast. Payment comes in cryptocurrency, large, irreversible, cold. One attack. One night. More money than your father made in years. 2 weeks later, the company discovers the leak. It is on the news. Millions of customers exposed. The company apologizes, hires security, fires people, changes systems. You read the article on your new phone, sitting on your new sofa, inside the apartment you rented in the center of the city, alone. Nobody knows it was you. Level 6, the ransomware. Stealing data and selling it has problems. You need a buyer. You need negotiation. You need trust. Too many weak points. So you evolve. Now the idea is not to steal information. It is to lock it. A company wakes up and its own files are no longer its own. Documents frozen. Systems blocked. Operations stopped. The message is simple. Pay or lose everything. Your first major target is a private hospital, a big city, hundreds of employees, thousands of patients. One infected file is enough. The network collapses. Medical records disappear from the screens. Surgery schedules vanish. Exams cannot be opened. The hospital stops breathing. Doctors ask for histories they cannot see. Nurses search for files that no longer respond. Patients wait in hallways while computers show only the same demand. Pay in Bitcoin. 48 hours, or the data dies. The hospital tries to solve it. The IT team tries. A security company tries. But time is not on their side. Patients are at risk. So they pay, you send the key, the systems return, the hospital survives, and you receive more money from your sofa than most people in your neighborhood will see in years. You did not touch anyone. You did not leave home. You did not show your face. You only typed. And that made it easier for you to pretend it was not violence. Level 7, the ghost. At 21, you have moved millions, and officially, you do not exist. No photos, no real name profiles, no public life, no unnecessary words. Every operation is separated. Every device is temporary. Every account is disposable. Every trace is treated like a threat. You move from place to place. Public networks, anonymous payments, false names, clean phones, empty profiles. You learned that the loud criminals fall first. The ones who buy luxury cars, the ones who post watches, the ones who show cash on Instagram. You do not do that. You do not look rich. You look normal. And normal is the best disguise in the world. But the federal police knows something exists. Not your face, not your city, not your age. A pattern, a style of code, a digital signature, a rhythm. Your nickname appears in hidden forums. Your attacks have a shape. Your mistakes have a language. They know the person is probably Brazilian. Portuguese words buried where they should not be. Brazilian targets first, Brazilian hours, Brazilian habits. They do not know you, but they know the shadow of you. A ghost who writes code and asks for payment in Bitcoin. Level 8, the supplier. Someone finds you in the dark web, not the police. Worse, organized crime, a message, encrypted, short, direct. They need digital services. They need stolen data. They need access to systems. They need camera feeds. They need financial structures. The criminal world of the 21st century needs technology, and people with technology charge a lot. You charge a lot. They pay without blinking. You provide access. They use it for real-world crimes, a route mapped, a security camera watched, a company exposed, a robbery planned. A week later, it is on the news. You watch the report knowing that a piece of that operation passed through your keyboard. You never held a gun. You never touched drugs. You never entered a favela for them. You never met anyone face to face. Everything through messages. Everything through crypto. Everything from an apartment with a sea view in Balneario Camboriú. Notebook, coffee, Wi-Fi. Their weapon is metal. Yours is the keyboard. You make 1,000,000 reais a month, but you do not act like it. Good apartment, not a penthouse. Good car, not a Lamborghini. Nice restaurants, gym, supplements, brand clothes. But never too much. You learned from the hackers who fell. It is not the hack that arrests you. It is the showing off. A man who robs a bank and buys a Lamborghini lasts 6 months. You rob systems and drive a Corolla. Discretion is real-life encryption. Level 9, the international target. Then ambition grows. Brazilian targets feel easy, weak security, slow response, small payments compared to what exists outside. So you attack outside Brazil, an American technology company, servers in Virginia, a stronger firewall, a security team, awake all day and all night. But every fortress has a forgotten door. You find one, not because the machine is weak, because a person is. One reused password, one careless employee, one old leak from months before. That is enough. You enter, you move quietly, you reach the internal system. Millions of Americans, names, accounts, information, lives again reduced to rows. This time, you do not sell, you lock. The demand is bigger, the pressure is bigger, the risk is bigger. The company pays, but something changes. The FBI opens an investigation. The attack came from outside the country. The pattern matches previous cases. Your nickname appears in an intelligence report. Interpol opens a file. The 16-year-old kid from the countryside of Sao Paulo, the one with the notebook from his uncle, is now on the radar of agencies on 3 continents. They still do not know his face. To them, you are a code name on a screen. To you, they are headlines on a website. The distance between you and them is getting smaller. You just do not know it yet. Level 10, the fall. One mistake, only one. After hundreds of perfect operations, one mistake is enough. Yours was human. One of the boys from the old Pix call center gets arrested years later. Not for you, not for your big operations, for something smaller. A cheap phone scam, a stupid case. But when the federal police pushes, he talks. He tells them about the call center, the garage, the scripts, the fake pages, the boy who organized everything. He gives them your real name, the first real name connected to the code name. Now they have both, a name and a shadow. They cross databases, financial records, old transfers, crypto exchanges, phone numbers, apartments, connections. One clue leads to another. A bank account, a transaction, an exchange, a wallet, a device, a location. Balneario Camboriú, Tuesday, 6 in the morning. The door breaks. Federal police agents enter with blue vests and a warrant. You are asleep. You wake up with a rifle pointed at your face. Notebooks seized, phones seized, drives seized, everything encrypted. But the police has experts, time, patience, and a witness. Your face appears on the national news. Your mother calls crying. Your father does not call. He has not spoken to you since he learned where the money came from. Not from the news, from the police, when they went to his workshop and asked about his son. The shame of a mechanic seeing his son on television as a cybercriminal. 27 years old, handcuffs, police car, federal station. You, the man who entered systems around the world, failed to predict the weakest link. The human being, the boy from the call center, the variable that cannot be encrypted. Level 11, the digital prisoner. Federal maximum security prison. Catanduva, Piranha, individual cell, concrete, no computer, no phone, no internet, no keyboard, no screen. For you, the punishment is not the cell. The punishment is disconnection. You controlled systems on the other side of the world. Now, You cannot send an email. The mind that crossed networks now stares at a concrete wall. Your fingers used to type 120 words per minute. Now they have nothing to touch. You dream of keyboards. You dream of screens. You dream of the sound of the enter key. You wake up concrete. The federal police wants the wallet password. The judge wants it. The prosecutor wants it. Millions locked somewhere nobody can access because the key is inside your head. They pressure you. They offer deals. Talk, and the sentence gets lighter. Give the key, and you help yourself. You say nothing. The password is the last thing you control. If you give it away, you have nothing. If you stay silent, you believe you still have everything. Your lawyer works. Digital fraud, unauthorized access, cyber extortion, financial crimes. On paper, the system still struggles to understand crimes done without blood, without a gun, without a body in the street. You did not kill with your hands. You typed, but typing was enough to ruin lives. Months pass. Sunlight hour. Lunch. Lockdown. Repeat. Every day the same. Your fingers itch. Your head keeps programming without a computer. You close your eyes and write code in your mind. The brain does not turn off. 2 years and 8 months later, a steel gate opens. Sun on your face, street in front of you. You take a bus to a small city in the countryside of Santa Catarina. You rent a simple apartment with money left with your sister before prison. The first thing you buy is a new notebook. Cash. You go back to the apartment, you open it, you turn it on. The screen lights up, your fingers touch the keyboard. The sound of the keys. The sound you dreamed about for hundreds of nights in the cell. You connect to Wi-Fi, open the browser, enter the exchange, connect the wallet, you type the key, the password you kept in your head for almost 3 years, the password the federal police begged for, the password the judge tried to trade for. Enter, the wallet opens, balance appears, millions, untouched, 3 years in prison, and the money did not disappear. It grew. Bitcoin went up. You entered prison with millions. You came out with more. You close the notebook, stand up, put on flip-flops, walk down to the bakery on the corner, coffee, cheese bread. You pay with a 10 real bill. You go back upstairs. Apartment 302, kitchen table, morning sun, coffee in your hand, nobody watching. Nobody knowing that the man who buys cheese bread every morning has millions in Bitcoin behind a basic notebook on a simple table. And somewhere in the countryside of Sao Paulo, in a simple neighborhood of a medium-sized city, a 16-year-old boy is sitting in the room he shares with his younger brother. He has just found a forum that teaches things school does not teach. He clicks, he reads, he tries, he breaks, he fixes, he learns. The neighbor's internet is open, he searches, he follows what he finds, it works, he connects. The cycle does not stop. Technology changes, the scam changes, the tools change, but the boy is always the same. A simple room, a used notebook, a curiosity too big for the neighborhood, and the certainty that a computer can give him what life never did.